Okay, right now I'm sharing out of Romans. I'm also in Romans, chapter 2, verse 1 through 2, I think is. This set of scripture is the Jews had been, they had been being taught by the Apostle Paul, and they were establishing the Roman, one of the churches, one of the Romans. They're establishing planning one of their churches, and their job was to, to teach the Jews, to teach all those who were in that area. And the Jews were kind of under like a microscope a little bit here, because they were also the Gentiles. They were taught they are not a Jew if they don't know, if they don't obey the law of God. And they were so they were kind of under a microscope around this time, and they were being questioned. They were being not tested, but just like, yeah, well, like us, our current culture today. Yeah, God does test us, and it's basically, talks about circumcision, about not God's righteous judgment on those who judge others. Don't judge others, or you will be judged. So that's what it's talking about. We're too busy judging other people. We need to when we should know that we're going to be judged for everything we do. By everything we measure unto others, it will be measured unto you. So let me go to the scripture. It says in Romans chapter 2, verse 1, you therefore have no excuse, you who pass judgment on someone else, or at whatever point you judge another, you are condemning yourself, because you pass judgment, do the same things. We know that God's judgment against those who do such thing is based on truth. Verse 3, I'm sorry. So when you go on mere human being, pass judgment on them, yet you do the same things, do you think that you will escape God's judgment? So, you see, we spend our time, I've seen this before. I've done it even to non-believers. I've seen this in the church house. People tend to judge other people. The Jews judge each other. They judge the Gentiles. They judge the prophets, and vice versa. So, what makes us think that we could judge somebody? It's not going to come back to us. God's not going to call it to our attention. No way, no how. It's not going to happen. We need to see that. I forget that sometimes. When I'm at like today, I just got off of work earlier. It's pretty obvious to me that, yeah, I'll say, oh, these people are I'll say sometimes these people are so ignorant. They're a bunch of idiots. Look at the idiotic music they listen to. And yeah, sometimes I'll listen to worldly music. It doesn't do anything to me or anything like that. It doesn't take me back to anything. It's just, but what I'm trying to say is that I'll stand there around these worldly people who are they're not following God, and I need to look at myself, because it's not like I'm following God to the T sometimes. I'm kind of in the middle of something right now, waiting, on certain things to happen in my life, and it's been pretty difficult. I'm finding it very difficult. So, okay, let me go to the one of the verses again. It says here, for whatever point you judge one another, you are condemning yourself. See, I judge other people, I'm condemning myself. I might as well go on a cross and put needles in, die like Jesus did, because I'm as guilty as they are. I'm not, he who is without sin cast the first stone. None are righteous, not a single one. Not my pastors, not my family, not my friends, not my colleagues, not anybody. So that I have no reasons to judge anybody, and I tend to do that a lot, because especially when people offend me, like a family member or a church member, I do it. I mean, because it's not only natural I'm going to get mad. But let me go against. It says here, this way, before I go on, this is going against the grain in the worldly aspect of it, because people don't like this kind of stuff. This is the part of the Bible the parts of the Bible that people do not like. They don't like being rebuked. They don't like their attention being called to them. So it says here, okay, it says here, for whatever point judge one another, you are condemning yourself, because you who pass judgment do the same thing. See, how can I pass judgment on somebody if I'm doing the same thing? You know, Lord have mercy. Yeah, I do the same things. How can I pass judgment if I've done the same ridiculous, stupid, oxymoronic things? You know, I've done it. You know, I've done them. How can I pass judgment on those? So we can't escape judgment. The Jews could not escape it. The Gentiles couldn't escape it. The Apostle Paul, the prophets could not escape it. Everybody, you know, Jesus showed no favoritism to anybody. So everybody's going to be judged for what they do. And it says here, I like this part. It says, so, verse 3 says, so when you, a mere human being, pass judgment on them, yet do the same things, do you think you will escape God's judgment? See what it says there. We're mere human beings. We haven't ascended yet. We haven't been raptured up yet. We haven't won the race yet. We're fighting the good fight of faith. It doesn't mean anything. I mean, sorry, it does mean something. What I'm saying is, how can we do that? You know, when the Bible clearly says, I'm going to say it again. So when a mere human being pass judgment on them, yet you do the same things. We pass judgment on each other as believers, as non-believers, yet we do the same sins, the same mistakes, the same judgment calls. You know, we put people under a microscope. We put people on blast, you know, and it's so true. It makes so much sense. And that's why this really spoke to me. And I just wanted to share. I'm going to try to share more often, because, like I said, a lot of things been going on lately. I've been working a lot, you know, just getting things going with my personal matters and stuff. So I haven't had that much time to do this. So I'll probably share this on Instagram as well, on my Instagram. Okay. I will see you guys real soon. And please subscribe to Christ is Alive, 777's Christ is Alive. And I'm not a pastor. I'm just a believer. I'm just somebody who got discipled, who's still getting discipled. I'm just a student of the law. I'm just a normal guy with everyday problems. You know, I'm just a normal guy that sins. I'm a normal guy that you know what I mean? I'm not any better than anybody that watches this video. I'm not better than you. I'm just, it clearly says in the scripture, it says those who teach the law are very responsible for what they say, and they have to live what they say. So what I'm saying right now, I got to be living this stuff. So, you know, I just ask God for forgiveness when I judge people, and I've done it. So, you know, that I will be forgiven for that. Okay, I will see you guys real soon. Like and share, subscribe to this channel, and I will see you guys real soon. Bye.